L.A. Burns, looking back at the Rodney King riots, director Yena Oh, A.D. Fernanda Gonzalez, production date 11/14/13, TRT 5, take 8.
Years ago, riots broke out in Los Angeles after a California jury acquitted 3 whites and 1 Hispanic Los Angeles police officer in the videotaped beating of black motorist Rodney King. The riots that erupted on April 29, 1992 were among the most lethal in U.S. history. Good evening, I'm Alex Helsand.
And I'm Claire Gallagher. This is the 21st anniversary coverage of the Rodney King riots. On April 29, 1992, in a California courtroom, 4 Los Angeles police officers that had been caught beating an unarmed Rodney King were acquitted of any wrongdoing. Hours after the verdicts were announced, outrage and protest turned to violence. Rioters in South Central Los Angeles looted numerous downtown stores and buildings. More than 3,700 fires blocked freeway traffic and beat dozens of motorists, including Renignal Denny, a white truck driver who was dragged out of his truck and nearly beaten to death by 3 African American men. A news helicopter hovering over the street recorded the gruesome event.
On the night of March 2nd, 1991, King was driving west on the 210 freeway in the San Fernando Valley when officers pursued King at high speeds. According to King's own statements, he refused to pull the car over because a DUI would violate his parole for a previous robbery conviction. King exited the freeway and the chase continued through residential streets. By this point, several police cars and a helicopter had joined in the pursuit. After approximately 8 miles, officers cornered King's car.
It was shortly after midnight 20 years ago when George Holliday awoke to the sounds of police sirens outside his Lakeview Terrace apartment. Grabbing the Sony Handycam, he stepped out on his balcony and changed the Los Angeles Police Department forever. The 9 minutes of grainy video footage has captured of Los Angeles police beating Rodney King helped to spur dramatic reforms in a department that may felt operated with impunity. The footage became a media sensation. Portions of it were aired hundreds, if not thousands of times around the world, and it turned what would otherwise have been a violent but soon forgotten encounter between Los Angeles police and Rodney King into one of the most widely watched and discussed incidents of its kind.
1 year after the riots on April 17, 1993, a federal jury convicted 2 of the police officers in the King case. They were charged with violation of King's civil rights and sentenced to 30 months in prison. 2 other officers were acquitted. King eventually received a $3.8 million settlement from the city.
20 years later, claims are made that the LAPD has changed. A succession of police chiefs, most notably William Brayton, has made reform a top priority. 8 years of federal oversight has helped clean up the department. The shifting demographics of the LAPD, 37% white compared with the 59% in 1992, has helped change the character of the force. Others claim that the ubiquitous use of cameras by the public has helped serve as a deterrent to police abuse.
Unfortunately, Rodney King passed away last year on June 17, 2012, at the age of 47. His death was ruled as an accidental drowning, though his autopsy report stated that there were drugs and alcohol in his system. which combined with the subject's heart condition probably precipitated a cardiac arrhythmia, leaving King incapacitated and unable to save himself.
Through the circumstance of his death was unfortunate, Rodney King's legacy will live on. There is still so much to be done, but many agree that progress have made due to the events initiated by Rodney King 21 years ago. Well, that's all for tonight. Thank you for joining us for a special coverage from PCC News. I'm Claire Gallagher.
And I'm Alex Helsand. Good night.